The internet didn't just wake up, it exploded. Because out of nowhere, Micky McCoy's wife stormed online with accusations so wild, so specific, and so deeply personal that even the messiest corners of political TikTok froze mid-scroll. And the moment she said the words Erika Kirk and TPUSA Chief of Staff in the same sentence, everything shifted. This wasn't shade. This wasn't gossip. This wasn't a passive-aggressive story post. This was a full-on, gloves-off call-out. She wasn't whispering. She wasn't hinting. She wasn't protecting reputations. She named Erika directly. She claimed Erika had been slithering behind the scenes. She said the TPUSA Chief of Staff was pretending not to know what was happening. And then she dropped the line that detonated the entire political side of the internet. You two thought nobody would find out. Well, I did. That was it. That sentence alone sent social media into cardiac arrest. Who is you two? What did she find out? How is the Chief of Staff involved? Why is Erika being accused now? And why does Micky McCoy's wife sound like she's been holding this in for months? The reactions were instant. Oh, this is bad. Why is she so confident? Erika, what did you do? The Chief of Staff better lawyer up. Meanwhile, Erika went suspiciously quiet. No denial, no clarification, not even her usual "I'm praying for everyone" post. And the Chief of Staff locked his comments immediately. The internet smelled guilt. They smelled secrets. They smelled a cover-up pulling apart at the seams. Because Micky's wife didn't sound angry. She sounded done. Like someone who had screenshots. Like someone who had dates. Like someone who had been lied to, played with, and finally snapped. And when she said, "I hope you're ready for the full story to come out," you could feel the panic across political circles. Long before Micky McCoy's wife snapped, long before she dragged Erika Kirk's name across the internet and dragged the TPUSA Chief of Staff right along with her, the cracks were already spreading like spider webs behind the scenes. People didn't see it at first. The public didn't catch the glances, the tension, the whispered conversations, the weird shifts at events, the sudden change in who stood next to who. But insiders did. Staffers did. Volunteers did. People who stood in the background watching Erika float from circle to circle like she was gliding on secrets instead of confidence. And at the center of everything was one woman who saw it all months before the rest of the world did. Micky McCoy's wife. She wasn't loud. She wasn't dramatic. She wasn't attention-seeking. But she paid attention. She watched Erika walk into rooms she wasn't scheduled to be in. She watched her pull people into private hallways for quiet conversations. She watched her linger next to the Chief of Staff like she was part of strategy meetings she had zero business being near. And she watched certain men who normally acted professional, suddenly act nervous whenever Erika entered the room. At first, she brushed it off. Everyone has off days, weird interactions, misunderstandings. But the more she saw, the more her instincts started screaming that something was off. Really off. It all started months ago at a TPUSA weekend event, the kind where influencers mingle with donors. Staff runs around trying to look calm despite being exhausted, and the Chief of Staff acts like a human firewall for anything that could go wrong. Micky's wife remembered the moment perfectly. Erika wasn't on the guest list for the VIP prep meeting, but somehow she walked right in. No hesitation, no checking with staff, no clearance. She walked in like she belonged there. The Chief of Staff didn't tell her to leave. He didn't question her. He didn't even look surprised. He just gave her a nod that said, "You're fine. You're supposed to be here." That moment stuck in Micky's wife's mind like a splinter. Because why was Erika allowed in rooms she wasn't invited to? Why did the Chief of Staff act like she had special access? Why did nobody question it? But the real problem began when Micky himself started pulling away at events, avoiding certain conversations, dodging certain questions, acting strangely guarded around Erika. At first, his wife chalked it up to stress, work pressure, or exhaustion, until one night she overheard something she wasn't meant to hear. Micky and the chief of staff were having a low, heated exchange. She couldn't hear every word, but she caught enough to piece the puzzle together. "You shouldn't have involved her. I didn't think it would go this far. You opened a door we can't close now." Those words haunted her. When she confronted Micky privately, he shut down. "It's nothing. Don't worry about it. Just stay out of it." But she couldn't. Not after seeing Erika's name pop up in more places. Not after noticing Erika holding her phone like she was waiting for instructions during events. Not after watching the chief of staff pull Erika aside for yet another whispered conversation. People began gossiping quietly. Very quietly. Because nobody wanted to be the first to accuse Erika of being involved in anything shady. She was protected. Not officially, not publicly, but quietly. Guarded by the chief of staff in ways no one understood. Some staff whispered that Erika had leverage. Others whispered she had information. A few whispered she was reporting to somebody. But none of that mattered until the incident. The one Micky's wife refused to stay silent about. It was a private dinner. Nothing fancy, nothing dramatic. But halfway through, Erika excused herself to take a call. The chief of staff followed her out moments later. Micky's wife didn't mean to eavesdrop. But when she stepped into the hallway, she heard Erika say, "I told you I'm handling it. He won't say anything, just trust me." Micky's wife froze. Who wouldn't say anything? Handling what? And why was Erika promising the chief of staff she had something under control? When she returned to the table, Erika acted like nothing happened. Smiling, laughing, showing the same polished composure she always hid behind. But Micky's wife felt sick. Something about that phone call felt wrong. Something about the way the chief of staff nodded, like they were agreeing on a shared secret, made her stomach twist. And then came the night everything snapped. Micky came home, late, drained, furious, terrified, and said something that made her want to scream, "Stay away from Erika. Do not get involved. This is bigger than you think." That was the moment she realized this wasn't petty drama. This wasn't jealousy. This wasn't insecurity. This was a cover-up. A full-blown, behind-the-scenes operation involving Erika and the TPUSA chief of staff. And possibly more. When she pressed Micky for the truth, he broke. He told her things he shouldn't have. He admitted that Erika had been doing things behind the scenes with help. She learned that the chief of staff was deeply involved. She learned that there were messages, meetings, conversations, and decisions that never should have happened. She learned Erika had stepped into areas of influence that weren't hers. And worst of all, she learned that Erika had done something intentionally, something calculated, something deceitful, something that impacted Micky directly. That was the moment Micky's wife snapped. She realized she hadn't imagined the tension. She hadn't imagined the whispering. She hadn't imagined the awkward energy between Erika and the chief of staff. She hadn't imagined the secrecy. She'd been witnessing a scheme unfold for months, and now her own husband was caught in it. So she did the one thing Erika never expected. She went public. Furious, emotional, done with being quiet, done with the lies, done with watching Erika manipulate people like puppets. She grabbed her phone, pressed record, and unleashed everything she'd been holding inside. And when she said, "Erika, I know what you and the chief of staff did," the entire internet felt the earthquake. When Micky's wife finally snapped and hit record, nobody expected the level of detail she came with. This wasn't a vague rant. This wasn't a messy emotional meltdown. This was a woman who had receipts ready, months of silence filled with screenshots, audio files, timelines, and conversations she never wanted to expose, but now had no choice. The video started calmly. Too calmly. Her voice was controlled, eyes steady, anger buried under a layer of betrayal so deep it didn't even look like rage anymore. It looked like resolve. She stared into the camera and said, "Erika, you should have left my husband alone. And you should have never involved the chief of staff." The internet erupted. This wasn't insinuation. This wasn't hinting. This was a direct accusation, bold enough to crack political media in half. But she wasn't done. She took a long breath and added, "You thought I didn't know, but I know everything." The explosion that followed online was immediate. What does she know? What receipts does she have? What did Erika do with the chief of staff? She finally began revealing the truth layer by layer. The first thing she exposed was a set of messages, not explicit, but suspicious enough to send shockwaves through every corner of conservative media. She showed a blurred screenshot where Erika messaged the chief of staff. "He's nervous. Keep him calm. I'll handle the rest." Micky's wife paused the video and said, "And yes, he was my husband. Her husband." The entire audience collectively sat up. Erika was messaging the chief of staff about Micky? Why? For what? What were they handling? Why did Micky need to be kept calm? Why was his wife kept in the dark? But then she revealed the second screenshot, the reply from the chief of staff. "Just make sure he doesn't talk to Candace or Charlie Circle. We can't risk that right now." The fandom imploded. Everyone understood the implication immediately. Micky had information. Information Erika and the chief of staff didn't want leaking. Information that could expose both of them. And that is when people realized, this wasn't petty drama. This wasn't jealousy. This wasn't a marriage fight. This was a cover-up involving multiple people, multiple secrets, and multiple layers of manipulation. Micky's wife continued. She said Micky had been pulled aside during events more than once, sometimes by Erika, sometimes by the chief of staff, sometimes by both. They told him certain things benefited the movement, that he should stay loyal, that speaking out would hurt people he cared about. One night, Micky came home shaking, not from fear, but from rage. He told his wife, "They're putting me in the middle of things that have nothing to do with me." But he never gave details, because someone, either Erika or the chief of staff, convinced him to stay silent. And then came the twisted part. Micky's wife revealed that when she began asking too many questions, Erika blocked her. Not soft blocking, not muting, not ignoring. Erika hard blocked her, but the chief of staff didn't. He kept watching her stories, kept checking her profile, kept monitoring her posts. She said, "That's when I knew they were afraid of what I might find." But then, she dropped the first major twist. Something nobody saw coming. Something she'd kept private for months. She played a recorded audio clip, a secretly recorded conversation from the night she overheard them in the hallway. The audio quality was messy, muffled voices, echoing footsteps, but the words were unmistakable. Erika's voice. "We can't let him tell his wife. She asks too many questions." The chief of staff. "I know, just keep him loyal. We'll deal with her if we have to." The internet lost its mind. Deal with her? What does that mean? That sounds threatening. Why is Erika talking like this? The panic online was instant. People zoomed in, replayed, enhanced audio, argued over tone. But everybody heard the same thing. They did not want Micky's wife in the loop. They were afraid of her. They were planning around her. They were actively managing Micky to keep her unaware. This was deeper than drama. It looked like manipulation and pressure. Micky's wife wasn't finished. She said Micky confessed something to her one night. He told her that Erika and the chief of staff wanted him to sign onto something. Something he didn't fully understand but was pressured into agreeing with. Something they told him came from leadership, something they said Charlie would have wanted. But when Micky asked for proof, receipts, texts, messages, they told him, "We can't show you, but trust us." Micky didn't trust them, but he didn't know how to push back. The pressure, according to his wife, nearly broke him. Then she revealed the second twist. Darker, messier, and far more dangerous. She had another recording. This one taken after the dinner. In it, Micky was talking to her. Emotional, exhausted, whispering like he feared someone might hear through the walls. He said, "They're using his name to get people in line, but it's not real. None of it is from Charlie." His wife gasped in the background, and Micky added, "This is all Erika, and he's helping her." He, the chief of staff. The clip ended. The internet erupted in shock. They lied about Charlie? This is exactly like the Joe Rogan story. Are they using dead men's names for power? This is evil. But then, something even more disturbing happened. Micky's wife said, "I wasn't going to show this, but after what Erika said about me earlier today, you're all going to see the truth." She pulled up a third file. This one wasn't a message, wasn't an audio clip. It was a video, a secretly filmed clip from an event where Micky was pulled aside. You couldn't hear much, just muffled voices, but you could see everything. Erika leaning in, talking aggressively. The chief of staff behind her, nodding. Micky looking uncomfortable, shifting his weight, avoiding eye contact. Erika pointing at her phone. Micky shaking his head. Erika grabbing his arm. The chief of staff stepping closer. It looked bad enough to be interpreted in 100 ways, but none of them good. When the video hit social media, everything in the political world collapsed. People called it disturbing, coercive, manipulative, inappropriate, unethical. And the worst part? Someone slowed the footage down and captured the exact moment Micky mouthed a silent word. Stop. Everyone saw it. Everyone shared it. Everyone froze. Micky's wife ended her video with the line that shook the entire movement. "Erika, Chief, you tried to play us, but now I'm playing you." The fallout from Micky's wife's video was instant and catastrophic. It didn't take hours. It didn't even take minutes. Within 47 seconds of the video going viral, Erika's carefully manufactured image began to crumble like wet paper. Her supporters didn't know what to say. Her critics smelled blood, and the political internet, already on edge from recent scandals, went into a panic spiral. Because this wasn't rumors, this wasn't speculation, this wasn't blurred screenshots people could deny. This was a wife coming forward with audio, video, messages, and a timeline so damning that even people who normally defend Erika were too stunned to speak. And Erika, for the first time in months, she broke. She didn't post a Bible verse. She didn't write a long caption. She didn't do her "I'm praying for peace" routine. She didn't even try to spin the story. She posted one shaky Instagram story, filmed in low light, voice trembling. "Please don't believe everything you're seeing. This is being taken out of context. I can't explain everything yet." That was it. And that short, panicked sentence told the internet everything they needed to know. Erika was scared, really scared. But the chief of staff? He reacted even worse. Within minutes, he locked down his socials, turned off comments, and deleted 3 months' worth of photos. Every event Erika attended with him, every behind-the-scenes moment, every selfie they took standing too close. People noticed immediately. Deleting Dakan guilty. He's covering something. Why erase everything now? They're hiding something big. And they were right, because the chief of staff made a mistake that changed everything. Before he deleted a certain photo, he forgot one thing. He posted it on his story first, and it got screen recorded. The story showed Erika sitting across from him in what looked like a conference room. She wasn't smiling, wasn't posing. She was leaning in, gesturing with her hands, whispering something urgently. He captioned it. Crisis meeting. Figuring this out. Crisis meeting? With Erika? During a scandal involving Erika? People lost it. This confirms everything. They're strategizing together. So they are guilty. But the real explosion came when a staff whistleblower, someone from inside TPUSA, stepped forward anonymously and sent voice notes to multiple bloggers. The first voice note was shaky, panicked, full of fear. Look, Micky wasn't supposed to say anything, and his wife definitely wasn't supposed to find out. The bloggers pressed for details, and the whistleblower started unraveling the truth. Erika wasn't just manipulating him, she needed him. Needed him? For what? The second voice note explained, there was an internal decision coming, something huge, something she wanted influence over. The bloggers begged for clarity, so the whistleblower dropped the real bomb. Micky had access to a financial report. The room went silent. A financial report? Now it made sense. Now the pieces clicked. The pressure, the secret conversations, the chief of staff pulling him aside, Erika repeatedly telling him to stay loyal, the insistence that he not talk to Candace or Charlie's circle, the late-night conversations about helping the movement, her saying she was handling it. Everything pointed to one thing. Micky had information that could destroy careers, and Erika needed to control him. The whistleblower continued. There was an irregularity in the report, something Micky noticed. Something he questioned. Erika and the chief of staff convinced him it was nothing, that it was routine, that it was being handled. But it wasn't. The whistleblower said, it wasn't routine, and Erika was terrified he'd take it to leadership. That's why they pressured him. That's why they isolated him. That's why they told him not to talk to his wife. That's why they acted panicked when she started asking questions. And that's why they were so desperate to keep him quiet. The whistleblower added, they thought if Micky spoke up, it would expose what they'd been doing for months. But it didn't end there. Because the whistleblower revealed something even darker. Something that made the internet's jaw drop. Erika wasn't doing this alone. Someone was advising her. Someone was telling her exactly how to handle Micky. A sickening silence hit social media. Who was advising her? Who told her how to manipulate Micky? Who told the chief of staff how to pressure him? Who coached Erika on which narratives to push? People started demanding answers. That's when Erika made her second mistake. Trying to control the narrative, she posted, I never pressured anyone. And I was not working alone. Wait, not working alone? She just admitted part of the accusation without realizing what she said. Millions of viewers caught it instantly. Who was she working with? She confessed without confessing. This is getting worse. And then the whistleblower came back with the twist of all twists. They revealed something that made everyone stop breathing. The chief of staff told people Erika had approval from someone higher. Approval from someone higher. People begged, who? Who gave her approval? Who is above the chief of staff? This just got bigger. And then, the whistleblower said one final thing. It wasn't her plan. It wasn't his plan. It was their plan. The person behind both of them. The person behind both of them. It wasn't just Erika acting on her own. It wasn't just the chief of staff enabling her. Someone else was orchestrating it. Someone above both of them. Someone feeding them instructions. Someone pulling strings. Someone who knew Micky would notice the financial irregularity. And someone who needed Erika to shut him down before he went to leadership. People demanded the name. The whistleblower refused, but left one final terrifying hint. Check who Erika has been meeting outside events. Within minutes, internet detectives were combing through photos, tags, likes, and sightings. And then, like lightning, someone found a blurry photo of Erika at a private dinner weeks ago. Not with friends, not with staff, not with donors, but with someone she should not have been meeting with. The caption under the photo: discussing strategy. And the face next to her? Blurred, unclear, but unmistakably familiar to political insiders. The internet erupted. Is that who I think it is? No way she was working with him. This just turned into a career ender. Micky's wife saw the photo and posted, "That's the person she was protecting." And then, everything went dark. Darker than before. Because the anonymous account that leaked earlier scandals suddenly returned and posted one line: "The name behind it all drops tomorrow." Everything was already collapsing. Erika panicking on camera, the chief of staff deleting half his digital existence, the whistleblower confirming that Micky stumbled into something he was never meant to see. But nothing prepared the internet for what happened next. Because the closer people got to identifying the shadowy figure behind Erika, the faster everything around her began to fall apart. It started with silence. Not the usual kind, not the PR kind, not the stay calm kind, but a dead, suffocating silence from Erika's entire circle. People she regularly tagged stopped posting. Her best friend unfollowed her. A small influencer who used to praise her suddenly locked her account. Even her church-based leadership girls group went completely inactive. It was like the ground under her feet cracked open, and everyone stepped back before she got dragged under. And the chief of staff? He was gone. Not quiet, not taking time, not praying. Gone. His phone went to voicemail. His staff said he left the building abruptly. Security footage leaked of him walking out with a backpack and no escort. Someone said he was told to step away. Someone else said he ran before the truth hit the fan. Nobody knew which version was real. But people did know this. The higher-ups weren't protecting him anymore. And that meant whatever Micky found, whatever Erika covered, whatever this higher figure orchestrated, it wasn't small. Then the real fear hit the internet when an analyst found a pattern in Erika's recent travels. It was subtle, hidden, buried in backgrounds and reflections and posts she never expected to be scrutinized. But one user pieced it together. Erika wasn't just meeting donors. She wasn't just attending events. She wasn't just doing faith meetups. She had been traveling to the same city, over and over, for the last 4 months. And that city? Washington, D.C. The comments exploded instantly. Oh my God, she was meeting someone in D.C. The whistleblower told us to look at that. The chief of staff was covering her. This is way worse than anyone thought. But then, the twist that turned this entire situation into a political horror story. Micky's wife posted a message to her Instagram story. Black background, white text, no emojis, no dramatic music, just one sentence. He finally told me the name. The internet stopped. People screamed, "Tell us! Say the name! Who is she working for? Drop it right now!" But before she could say anything else, she posted another story, not a name, not a caption, a screenshot, a text message she had just received, sent from a blocked number. The message said, "Stop, you don't know what you're interfering with." The internet went feral. Who sent that? Was it Erika, the chief of staff, the shadow person, one of their associates, a DC contact? Then, as if the story couldn't get darker, she posted a third screenshot. A follow-up message from the same blocked number. Say nothing, or your husband pays for it. The timeline exploded. This is criminal. Who is threatening her? This isn't a scandal anymore. This is a cover-up. They are terrified of her talking. People begged her to call police, begged her to go live, begged her to leak the name immediately, begged her to drop everything she knew. But then she posted something nobody expected. A video. 8 seconds long. Her eyes full of fear but boiling with determination. She whispered, "If anything happens to me or Mickey, just know the name is already saved." And then she ended it. Meanwhile, at that exact same time, the anonymous account that had been teasing the reveal earlier suddenly posted again. This time, they didn't say soon. They didn't say tomorrow. They didn't say stay tuned. They posted a countdown timer. 23 to 59:59. The internet went into meltdown mode. A countdown? For what? The name? The mastermind? The DC connection? The financial irregularity? The person Erika was reporting to? Everyone refreshed nonstop. And then, as the countdown ticked, the account posted a final chilling message. When the clock hits 0, the truth ends careers, and the screen went black. Before you scroll, before you move on, before you pretend your heart didn't drop into your stomach when that countdown timer appeared, stop. Because everything you just heard, everything Mickey's wife exposed, everything Erika deleted, denied, and panicked over, everything the chief of staff ran from, everything the whistleblower hinted at, it's all building toward one moment, the clock. And when it hits 0, a name is supposed to drop, a name powerful enough to send threats, a name tied to DC, a name Erika was allegedly meeting, a name the chief of staff was terrified to expose, a name Mickey uncovered accidentally, a name his wife is now risking everything to protect, a name that, according to insiders, will end careers the second it hits daylight. So now the question is, do you think the name will actually be revealed? Or will someone try to stop it first? I want you in the comments right now. Who do you think is behind this? A strategist? A political operative? A donor with too much influence? A rival faction controlling Erika from behind the scenes? Or someone so powerful the entire movement is afraid to say their name? Drop your theories. The wildest ones get the most replies. Hit like if even one moment in this video made you gasp, pause, rewind, or clutch your chest. Subscribe because part 2 is coming the moment that countdown hits 0. And you do not want to be the last person to hear the name when it breaks the internet. Turn on notifications so you're the first one in the comments when the identity finally drops. And now I'm leaving you with the one question the entire political world is asking tonight. When the countdown ends, whose name do you think is going to shake the movement to its core?